Hello, and welcome to Black Girl Joy. My name is Nicole Celine, and I am your host. Today's guest speaker is Miss A. Marie Davis, a licensed master social worker. But she's more than that. She's an entrepreneur, an influencer, a mindset coach, an author, and speaker. She wrote a book named My Complete 180, where she talked about her rise up out of the ashes from bad relationships and also domestic violence. Today you will hear her talk about the 3 steps she used to climb her way back to being whole. So get your drink of choice and enjoy the show. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am awesome. Well, thank you for coming on into Black Girl Joy. We appreciate your time, truly.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just, I'm just happy to have you.
Thank you.
So for Black Girl Joy and Black Girl Joy, we love when our authors, they, tell us a little about themselves. I've introduced you and I've told everyone that you are also a social worker.
hmm
So, if you could give them just a little bit more of who you are.
Sure. Well, I go by the name A. Marie Davis. I am a licensed social worker. I've been in the field of social services for over 20 years. It started when I was back in high school. And I had such a passion for it that I can never give it up. I love helping people. So that's the um,
The brief,
professional side.
yes.
Yeah, that's the professional side. But personally, I'm just a black girl with joy.
Yay! All right, now we like
I'm
that.
a
We
black
like
girl
that.
with joy for sure. I'm a Christian. I love God. He's my personal savior, and I try my best to live my life according to His word.
Yeah.
It gets a little sketchy sometimes, but I
Yes,
try.
as it does with all of us. Yes, yes, yes,
It gets
yes.
sketchy.
I can attest
Um,
to that.
but I'm a mom of 2 young women actually right now. My youngest is 18. She's away at school at North Carolina A&T. My
Yes.
oldest daughter is a
Yay.
teacher, and I have a little grandson from her. He's almost 3 years old. And that's my mom lives with me. My mom has stage 4 lung cancer, so I'm caring for her while she's living with me. And that's pretty
Wow.
much it. I mean, I'm just a regular woman, who just has
Who
her
is
hands in everything.
and building her dreams.
I
And I'm
am.
sorry about your mom. I don't want to, before we go on, just continue to pray for your mom and
Thank
pray that all goes well for her. Absolutely,
thank you
absolutely.
so much.
So, I'm going to start from a different way because we talked about you being a social worker, and
Mhm.
also you in the intro I said that you're also a life coach. And
Mhm.
um I how mm, my question really is, then how does life coaching help us? Like, is this an everyday thing? For some of us who don't understand life coaching, is it almost like counseling?
Mhm.
What does a life coach help us with? What can a life coach help us with? Because I do believe it is something that is necessary for us, that sometimes we need that person to talk to.
Mhm. Well, when it comes to life coaching, it's very different from social work or therapy. Life
Mm-hmm.
coaching is like if you think about any coach,
Mm-hmm.
the motivation is for you to get through the process and be victorious in it. So that's really what life coaching is about. I mean, comparing it to therapy, sure, you want your client to, get to a point of where they're independent and their life is great, on their terms. But you kind of dig a little deeper and you're going into, well, how did you grow up and what was your childhood like? Coaching, life coaching is different in that sense. Really more so talk about what's the here and now, what's going on with you now that you need help with, that you need coaching with, that you need someone that's there understanding you and understanding where you're coming from and where you want to go and holding you accountable for that.
Oh,
So yeah, that's really what coaching is all about.
so it's
And
helping them to build. So it's
mhm,
building them.
yeah,
Very good.
absolutely. Absolutely. And it's not necessarily an everyday thing. It could be a once a month thing. It's a every 2 weeks, every week thing. It's really based upon the needs of the client. If they feel like they need to talk to me every week, then that's what we do. But if they feel like they need less than that, then I can accommodate them that way. It's really all about the client.
Okay, that's good to know.
Hmm.
That's very good to know. And if someone would like to have your services as a life coach, how would they would go on to amariedavis.com
That's right. You
and
got it.
send an email?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. Very
Hmm.
good.
You got it.
Yay. So now let's talk about my complete 180, which is the book
Oh,
that you wrote. Basically, I see it as your life, a little bit of, how can I put it? Um a part of your life that was uh just, there was a lot going on. I mean, I read
yeah.
the book and I thought it was beautifully written
Thank you.
and how you expressed yourself, and it helped me to understand certain things that I thought I did understand. But and just how God helped you to turn around to where you
Hmm.
are to today.
Yeah.
um I know that it's based on domestic violence, which is something that is always necessary to talk about.
Hmm.
um but what inspired you most to write your book?
Well, I felt like I needed that release. And,
Mhm.
again, it was God inspired. It was really just God telling me to get that out of my system and that the best way
Mhm.
to do that was to write a book for other people because, I don't know who it was going to touch or who it was going to heal. So I
Mhm.
really just
Mhm.
listened to God, and being in a domestic violence relationship, as many people would know, is really not easy to get out of. A lot of people say, "Oh, just leave, just get out, just do this, just do that." But being in it, the person is all about control,
Right.
and they tend to want that control, and it's control of your communication with your family members, your friends, controlling your finances, controlling you physically. And so it's difficult to just leave, just get out when you have nothing and you have nowhere to go. So yeah, that was really just God inspired, and for me to heal myself,
Mhm.
along that journey.
How long was your journey, would you say?
It was from 2010 to 2017. So it
Wow.
took me 7 years to really build myself back up to the person that I needed to be, and even better in a lot of different ways. So I needed to first fix the broken pieces and then really add some other building blocks so that I can be, strong and less inclined to be attracted to the negative parts of myself, because we tend to attract what we are and who we
Right.
are. And I
Mhm.
wanted to change that. I wanted to change that dynamic for myself and, put out an energy that was more positive and safe and loving and caring. And so I was able to attract that once I became that.
So, right. So you were basically attracted to the broken pieces that were
Hmm.
a part of you, and in taking
Mhm.
the time out to heal and making that space for yourself, you were able to now and are attracted to things that are good to you, that come to
Mhm.
you, that treat you well. And
Absolutely.
absolutely. What are what would you say? I guess I have a question then.
Mhm.
So when you're in a domestic violence relationship, whether physically, verbally, emotionally, I guess each one is a little different. And
Mhm.
what would be the signs that you would, if you are unaware that you're in a domestic violence relationship, what could be some of the signs that should trigger you to, uh, I'm struggling because
No,
to
I
me,
get you. I understand exactly what you're saying. Some of the signs are the person
mhm,
isolating you from your family, your friends, things of that nature. If the person starts to be a little controlling, just demanding all of your time, where are you going, who are you going with,
mhm,
let me check your phone, let me see your emails, things of that nature, because it's really all about control. So when the person starts doing things like that, then that's definitely a sign. Another sign is like you were saying about the verbal or the emotional abuse. Usually
mhm,
the emotional abuse comes first, and it's really just something to tear you down. Oh, you're not smart enough. You're not pretty enough. Who's going to love you like I love you? Things of that nature. So those are all signs to, look out for when thinking about being in a domestic violence relationship.
and then reaching out. How do
Mhm.
they, or how does someone from the outside then reach in to maybe help that person who's in that type of a relationship?
Well, the person usually tends to monitor your contact with the outside world. I'd so
Mm,
say it. So your phone calls are monitored. Who's that? If the phone hasn't been taken away from you, like mine was eventually, the person is just constantly like, "Who's that? Who are you talking to? Are you talking to another guy?" Because they're insecure. They're insecure themselves, and so that's why they have to put that control over you because they themselves don't have any security in who they are.
mm.
So it's hard to reach out because the person is constantly monitoring everything that you do. And even if you're not around them, you tend to have fear because, okay, so what if this person ends up calling you when you're at home? What is he going to say? What are you going to do? So you tend to just kind of move out of the focus of being with your family and your friends.
Yeah. And domestic violence also plays not only for women, but for men also.
Absolutely. Men are abused. Men are abused mentally, physically, emotionally. So that's definitely something that isn't highlighted, but men definitely deal with domestic violence.
And it's pretty much the bases are similar, just that the sex is different, where it's another
Mm-hmm.
woman, where it's a woman, or I mean, if they're in a um gay relationship, then it's
Mm-hmm.
two males, and it's still the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You're still looking for those same signs. The most prevalent sign in the beginning is the emotional abuse, the person trying to tear you down to nothing. And that's those are all red flags. They may not do it very often in the beginning, but that's a big red flag.
Would you say that you gave yourself excuses when you were in this relationship?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because when the person isn't abusing you, you have what's called the honeymoon phase.
Mm-hmm.
And so the person is treating you nicely, they're lovable, they're treating you worthy, you would think. But then things change and they go right back to who they truly are. And be abusive. But when you have that honeymoon phase, it makes you feel good because you love that person. And so you're like, oh, this is great. Everything's good. It overshadows all of the red flags that I've experienced. But in reality, it's all fake.
Right. And then now coming out of all of that and beginning again, what How do you feel now that you have been free for so long, and now how do you look at relationships? How do you view relationships now?
Well, it took me a long time to really be comfortable and know that I'm looking for the right things in a relationship
Mhm.
and paying attention to any red flags. It taught me to really walk in something eyes wide open.
Mhm.
I think in the domestic violence relationship, I was eyes wide shut because I saw the things, but I didn't want to pay attention to them. But now, looking, I've only had one relationship since that.
Mhm.
And in that relationship, I saw some signs, not of domestic violence, but of uncommitment. And I had to say
Mhm.
to myself, no, I had to let that go, in addition to feeling like I'm worthy enough of letting that go. So that's, just paying attention and knowing what those red flags are.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, my complete 180 can be found on amariedavis.com. It is an awesome book, and it will definitely help you, if nothing else, to open your eyes to see if you find yourself in that situation. Because it's definitely, something that helps you to free you.
Yeah,
That's the best way I can put it. It helps to free
hmm
you, and
yeah,
lets you know that you do have a chance, that you are worthy, and that you are worth it.
absolutely. Hmm.
And helps you and gives you the steps to take, to get one step closer to your freedom.
Yes, I
But I
agree.
feel also that this wonderful 180 has also given you the opportunity to um, design your own crafts, do your own thing, open your own,
Hmm.
your businesses. Because,
Hmm.
I mean, can I share
Sure, please
that,
do.
you
Please
know,
do.
I mean, you were a hairdresser. Is that
Hmm.
how we say it now? A hairdresser?
Hmm.
Because, every time you turn around, they got newfangled
Something
words. So I
new.
never know.
It's a hairdresser
Hair
today.
designer, hair. And you used to do my hair and my daughter's hair, so
Yes,
it was,
yes.
and that was wonderful. And now we've gone into the line of jewelry
Mm-hmm. And
and
body care.
and and body care.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I mean, the jewelry is absolutely beautiful, and it's
Thank
custom.
you.
It Can it
Yes,
be custom made, or is it you
yes.
design them?
Absolutely. They can be custom made. Anything that you want, any colors or, any ornaments or ornaments that you, no, that's not a word. Or ornaments that you might want, any charms that you might want.
Right, and they can see the designs on amariedavis.com
Yes,
also.
yes. So you can get kind of a feel for what you might want, and you can choose the colors, the textures, whatever. I can come up with all of those, and everything is custom. I don't make two of anything unless you
Hmm.
ask for two of something, but pretty much everything is a one of a kind design.
Nice. And now the body care.
Yummy,
Yeah.
yummy.
We can't eat the body care. We can't
I
eat the body
know. I
care.
wish we could. I wish we could. So I have a body butter that I make from scratch using shea butter and essential oils. And then I have essential oils for hair care. I also have a beard elixir for the men. I haven't forgotten the men. And I know
Nice.
that now it's like, beard and bald kind of thing that they're saying right now. So,
Hmm.
men are growing out their beards. So I made an elixir for the men so that they don't feel left out.
Yes, I think the men are growing their beards for a cause. I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember the cause, but I know it's
Me
for a
neither.
cause. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember, but because every time you turn around, there's a different cause that we're
Mm-hmm.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
so
Oh, yeah, it's always something.
so I do know that. So okay, that I mean, so they can see pictures, they can see all that on amory.com.
Yep.
I mean, it is wonderful. I am assuming, or I hate to assume, but I
Mm-hmm.
know that you love to be creative, and
Mm-hmm.
this has allowed you to be creative also, because
Mm-hmm.
you are also fighting a trigeminal
Neuralgia.
disease. Yeah, neuralgia
Mm-hmm.
disease, just like I have Chiari 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that alone sometimes gives us um we end up to let's start again. We end up having setbacks along the way
Yes.
because of it.
Yes.
How has dealing with trigeminal neuralgia been for you?
It's been a struggle. It's been a real struggle. I was diagnosed in 2015. I had my first brain surgery in 2015, and then I had my second brain surgery in 2017. And, going to neurologist after neurologist, being put on a slew of medications, and even being told that I need a third surgery. It has been a struggle.
Mm,
However, I um, I don't want that to hold me down. I mean, yes, there are days where I'm under the covers, all the blinds are drawn, there are no lights on, there's no TV on, nothing, because I'm just in so much pain. But there are days like today, when I feel good, and the vibration of me talking tends to kind of set it off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I push through it. I You have to.
Right.
Life has to be lived. And sometimes you have to push through your fears, push through your pain, to get to the other side.
Yes, you do. And trigeminal neuralgia affects your face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes. So
it is.
basically, I'm sorry.
No, no, no. I was just going to explain. So I would like for you to explain it then. Yes.
Oh, yeah. So basically, there's your trigeminal nerve, which is behind each ear, and what happens is that nerve gets compressed on by arteries, and it causes pain because the trigeminal nerve sends sensory feeling to the forehead, the cheek, the nose area, the jaw area, and so when it's compressed on, it causes severe, when I say severe, I mean severe pain, unimaginable pain. You get like electrical bolt like feelings,
Mm-hmm.
and it's terrible. It's terrible. But today I actually posted in another group. I have a group too. It's called Diary of a TN Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
But I posted in another group that I'm going to start a support group online, a Zoom. So
Nice.
yes, I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to doing that. I think it's going to be really good for us TNers,
Mm-hmm.
simply because we need that. We need the support of each other because other people outside of yourself, who also has a brain disorder, they don't know what we go through.
No, they have no idea.
Yeah, we need to be
Is it going to
connected.
be called TN Warriors, like
It's
your
called
support?
Diary of a TN Warrior.
Okay.
That's what the group is going to be called.
And it can be Diary of a TN Warrior is also on Facebook. And
Yes.
then coming soon will be a Zoom for.
I'm sorry for the noise.
No, that's okay. There's the grandbaby. That is fine.
Yes.
That's it's called a live recording. No worries. No worries whatsoever. Tell the baby we said hello. But all
Absolutely.
right, so that's good. Yeah, I think I joined a group for Kiari because I thought it was
Mhm.
important, and I have started talking about my Kiari journey because, it is something that isn't talked about often enough.
That's right. I'm
So,
sure that the majority of people have never even heard of it. I didn't hear of
yeah,
it before you were diagnosed with it. So,
Yeah. But I wanted to say thank you for coming on to Black Girl Joy. Thank you for being here. So I appreciate it so much. And if you guys want to find A. Marie Davis, you can go to amariedavis.com. If you are interested in the life coaching, you can email her at email at
It's at info at
info at
amariedavis.
amariedavis.com.
Yeah.
All right, but thank you so much, my love. Have
Thank
a
you,
wonderful night.
Thank you, you
Kisses to the
too. It's been
grandbaby.
such a joy. This is really a Black girl joy moment. It really has been. And I just want to thank you I just want to thank you for just putting the heart and dedication into something like this. It's such a blessing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. And you're welcome, my love. Have a beautiful night.
You too, babe.
All
Bye.
right, bye. Thank you again for taking the time to listen to Black Girl Joy. Please remember to like and share our podcast and join our Facebook page on Black Girl Joy LLC. Remember to embrace the journey. Bye.